Hey guys, Shawn Ziem, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor, and the host of the Webtalk Legends Podcast. This is number 73. We are all about sharing your story. I give you a little glimpse of who we're going to be with. If you caught it, if not, you're going to get to know who he is. It's a time for our guest to share their story, to talk about some trials and tribulations, things that have happened to them in their past, things that didn't work out. We want to hear about that so we can learn from mistakes that have happened so we could all grow together. Housekeeping. Those that are popping in, please hashtag live or on the replay, hashtag replay. If you're one that just likes to listen to podcasts or listens to videos, please do me one solid. Just drop a comment, hit that like button, hit a comment, and drop where you're watching from. If you're one that likes to engage and we like you, please ask questions and or use your favorite emojis, a pound, thumbs up, what have you, fire, drop it in the comments, and let's have some fun. Let me bring on a good friend of mine. Alon, how are you, my friend?
Good. How are you doing, Shawn?
I'm doing fantastic, and I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to share some value today.
Anytime for you.
And before we even get into it, can you give us a little, when you go out and introduce yourself, who are you and what do you do, Alon?
Okay, so my name's Alon Haim. I'm with the Haim Home Group. I'm brokered by EXP Realty. I've been a real estate agent for over a decade now. I specialize in home selling. I'm certified expert, home selling expert. I'm an expert in short sales. I do a lot of short sale negotiations for other agents, for attorneys, for myself. So that's a big niche of my business, and I pretty much mastered that part of it. On top of all the other real estate stuff that is going on.
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate you. We're gonna give some tidbits, some strategies. People are watching. Definitely don't forget, drop
Of
some
course.
comments if they have any questions. We'll get to it live and or on the replay as well. And let's go back. Let's go way back, Alon. Let's go back as far as you want to go. As far as what were you like before real estate? What was some of the things you were involved in as far as business, any activities you were involved, hobbies, things like that?
Wow. So going back in the day, I was born in Israel. I grew up here in New York in Brooklyn till the age of 11. Moved back to Israel. Pretty much my teenage years and young adult years. I surfed a lot, played a lot of basketball in different leagues over there. I joined the Air Force, as everybody in Israel joins the Army, Air Force, Navy. I joined the Air Force. I was there for 12 years in the Air Force.
Wow.
Did a lot of growing up over there, learned a lot, got a lot of skills, and I decided to leave the Air Force after 12 years. I went into the tech industry, all the computers and everything. Got another degree in computer science while starting to work there. Figured that's going to help me advance my career, which it did. I learned a lot in college as well. That was the second time I went to college. And I had a good career in the tech industry. I managed services, I managed client relationships, and I got to a point where I said, okay, corporate, I had enough after 16 years of corporate. What could I do? Where do I see my future? And I always loved homes and dealing with people and seeing what you can't see in a home beyond what it is. And I said, let's go into real estate. How difficult could that be? Well, I could tell you one thing, it was very difficult. Nobody in this industry teaches you what you need to do when you walk into the industry with all the great trainings that you have in some of the big companies, which they have phenomenal trainings. It still doesn't give you the tools and confidence to go out there and get the business. So, needless to say, my first year in real estate, I struggled beyond until I started understanding where I fit in into this business. and started picking up. And then I discovered I like to work with investors a lot, with home sellers. How do we get this all together? So I was prospecting a lot for listings.
Mm-hmm.
And then I learned what type of listings investors are looking for. I started prospecting for those type of listings as well. And that's how I got into short sales as well. I figured if I have the listings, I'll have the buyers.
I agree with you, and that's what they teach you, right?
They teach you, get the listings. If you have listings, you control your life. It is 100% true, but you got to know how to get the listings. And that's hard work. And nobody's going to teach you their secrets.
That's true, and it's funny that you say that. A lot of people think, oh, if I tell everybody what I know, they're going to take all my business. But the big thing is nobody implements anything that they learn when they go to a workshop. They go to a webinar. They go to an event. They don't take action. They'll get all the information. You could tell somebody exactly word for word how to do it, and they won't go do it. Maybe 1% will.
No, most people will not. Most people will give up. And the truth is, you have to talk to a lot of people to get one listing, one buyer, any piece of the business. It's not falling on your lap. It's a lot of grinding, hard work, building relationships. And I'm also a certified mentor right now with EXP. And even before I was a certified mentor, I mentored a lot of agents that were struggling. And some of them joined my group here with me in EXP. And I trained them from zero business to capping their first year with me. So if they follow the process, they will get business and they will be successful.
You're giving them the tools, and that's what they need. And that's a lot of people don't realize.
I give them the tools. I show them what I do. I even show them what I don't do that needs to be done. Because we all know none of us do everything that needs to be done.
Right.
We all do what we're comfortable with.
Now, you said a lot. I want to unpack a couple things. You were into surfing. I want to get back to Air Force, 12 years in Israel. Everyone has to go to the armed forces, right? At some point in their life. I want to talk about that. Tech industry. You're in client relationships, which comes full effect as far as now in real estate, because you got to nurture relationships. You get into real estate, you get into working with some investors and also short sales. So let's go back to surfing. That's something that is interesting because a lot of people are afraid to go out, and they're afraid of water, two, afraid of what's in the water. So give us some of the strategies of what you've learned in the past about surfing, man. Like, are you one that just went up on a board and just tried it, or did you learn from somebody?
I took a board from somebody. I went in, broke his board the first time. Pretty much the board took a nosedive with the first wave.
Oh.
So, yes, my friends explained to me what I need to do. And then I just kept on trying and trying until I was successful. And nothing is going to come to you. Here, take the surfboard, go in, and yay, you stood up right away. That ain't happening. It's a lot of grinding.
It's so true.
Snowboarding. So when I moved here, I said, okay, I'm not surfing. I'll go snowboarding. My first year snowboarding, I was falling and rolling over more than I was standing on the board. It took me a whole year to learn how to snowboard the right way. So anything in life is a matter of grind, practice, repeat over and over until you perfect it. Basketball also. I didn't go start playing basketball and hitting 3-pointers or layups left and right just out of the bag. I had to practice over and over and over, ball handling, shooting, layups. It keeps on going until it becomes second nature to you. But until these things become second nature, you're working hard.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing in the real estate industry. In any industry you go into and you want to succeed, You need to work hard and repeat, make your mistakes, fail, learn from it, get yourself up, and start working again. It, that's the way nature is. If you don't
Right.
do, you won't succeed.
And if you don't try and see what happens, you'll never know if you like it. If it's something that you will enjoy, it becomes a passion for you. So, yes,
Yeah.
surfing. I have a couple buddies that are into doing it in the Jersey Shore. They're able to go out there and have some fun and rip up the waves. So it's a great thing.
There
Now
were
going
great waves
back,
this weekend over there.
it's a what?
There were great waves at the Jersey Shore this weekend. It was a
I'm sure
great
they were a couple weeks. I was down there a couple weeks ago, the third week of July. 2 weeks ago I was down there. It was a really good time, man. I don't surf. I've done some body surfing and boogie boards and all that stuff, but I know they were doing some cool. We were watching them. They were getting some good waves. It seems like a lot of fun. And let's go back to the military. What were some of the traits, and it goes hand in hand. We talked about it with surfing, we talked about real estate, that you learned back in the day just from being in the Air Force?
So, everything in the Air Force has to go by schedules. If a plane has to take off at 8 a.m., it doesn't matter what you do. If there's a problem with the aircraft, you need to work until it's fixed and takes off at 8 a.m. It doesn't matter if you pull all-nighter to get that done. You're getting that done. The level of commitment is very high. The trust. Because if there's no trust, the pilots won't take off on an aircraft that they don't trust who did the work there. And if you say you're going to do something, you better do it right and be on time. So there's a lot of that skill set of making sure you're on time, you know what you're doing, and you stick to your word.
All skills an entrepreneur should have, right? It's something that you should have. Are you one that gets up in the morning from the Air Force days till now? Are you an early riser, or are you? I mean, I don't think you sleep in until 12 and then get into work.
No,
I don't see that as far as you.
in until 12, but my whole life I was not an early riser until the last few years that I started waking up early, going to the gym, working out, coming home, start getting my day organized, and then going back into the office and actually working. So I'm usually at the gym between 5 and 6 a.m. I get there, work out between an hour and a half, go home, hit the shower, see what I have going on, and then plan my day accordingly.
Yeah, it's something to make sure you keep yourself in somewhat of a decent shape. And you lost some weight too, right? You went down a health journey, right?
I lost weight, I gained weight. It's always a struggle, but that's all good. I don't do the workouts to lose weight or gain weight, or for health reasons. I do it for mental reasons.
Yes.
It just clears my head. It gets me in a better mood for the day. Always listening to my audiobooks in the morning while I'm working out. So it gives you tips and things gives you ideas what to do in life and how to approach stuff. So I'm always trying to grow myself personally.
Personal development is powerful. It's something that everyone should be involved in. I think it's a missing link with anyone that's going, like people go on a diet, they want to get healthier. Personal development, reading, learning new things is what you should be doing. And taking that time to use your mind is a brain as well. So it's something you have to get into shape. So it's almost like you have an automobile university, right? So you must be having some audibles that you're going to a listing presentation or buyer presentation, what have you. So you're still learning on the way to an event you might be going to as well, too, right?
Exactly. A lot of times in the car, I'll listen to music because that just relaxes me and puts me in a better mindset. So I do most of my reading, audiobooks is in the morning, early in the morning when I'm working out for that hour and a half. But during the day, I'm either working, and if in the car, I don't like to start and stop the audiobook. So I just listen to whatever music is playing and get me, settled.
Yeah, the mindset, like you said, using working out to relieve some stress, to help you have more positivity, to get those endorphins into your body so you feel good. It's something that's important, and I appreciate hearing that. And it's something that not many people that are entrepreneurs are involved in it, but the ones that are successful are. It's something that they
Yes.
take some time for themselves to make themselves better.
And I know, Shawn, that you've become a coach with Beachbody as well over the past few years. That's impressive.
It's something that I've found that I don't have time to go to the gym. And a lot of people say, well, how are you going to get stuff done? And with that platform, they have top trainers that are from anything from working out with weights to boxing to yoga, whatever that you're involved in. You could follow along with a 20-minute, 30-minute, 45-minute workout in your home. And I have weights now. I have a bench. I do my thing. I have a community that I'm developing to get people into that right mindset. It's a needed thing, especially entrepreneurs that have no time. I don't want to spend time in the gym and having to drive there, come back, find parking, find other people. Because what happens in the gym, there's people are going to sit there and they're going to ask you questions. They're going to ask you this or that. And it's like, this is my time. This is my time to get what I want to get done, right?
Exactly, 100%.
Because I'm not there to impress anybody either. So no, I appreciate you following that. I'm putting it out there. A lot of people, are afraid to use video and put themselves out there because they say, "Oh, I don't have enough knowledge. I don't have, I don't like the way I look or the way I sound." But using video, especially in real estate, how is video? How powerful is it for you?
I think video is very powerful, especially if you're putting out there some bits of knowledge out there and giving information. People follow you and want to hear what you have to say. I've done a few video challenges, 30-day live videos. I've done that twice in the past. I'm about to start another one in the next few days.
Yep, I've seen that. Yep.
It just gives the opportunity for me to present to the public stuff that they might not know, or know that they could reach out to me and get more information on any topic they want. So I try to use that as a teaching tool, an explanatory tool for people as well.
When you are educating other people, that's where now you have a sales force out there on your behalf because they know what you're looking for because you're educating them and teaching them. And that's a powerful thing. But people say, oh, I don't have time to do that. You have to make time. Just like we talked about early on with the Air Force and in the military or any disciplines you have to schedule time. Is there a time block that you have for prospecting? I'm sure there is, right?
Usually I try to do that in the morning. Again, if it's phone calls, if it's making lists of mailers that I want to get out, try to get all that done in the morning hours when I'm in the office. And days that I don't have appointments, I keep doing that all day because that's going to bring the appointments tomorrow or the day after. So
you're planting seeds.
A lot of work. You have to plant a lot of seeds. You have to send out a lot of letters. People try something. Every time I talk to people, cold calling doesn't work. Direct mail doesn't work. This doesn't work. There is no such thing. It doesn't work. If you're consistent, and I don't care what you do, if it's calling, sending letters, knocking on doors, talking to strangers, you're going to get business. It's going to work because you're consistent. And it's all a numbers game in life. The more people you talk, the more connections you make. The more connections you make, the more business you have. So you got to be out there. You got to put yourself out there. Yes, cold calling is horrendous. People scream at you, curse you out, slam their phone in your face. You can't get discouraged by that. You got to keep on going. I'm a big direct mail person. I send thousands of letters a month. Sometimes I get calls cursing me out. Sometimes take me off your list. But I also get a lot of calls, pleasant calls with people. Not everybody I could help. Not everybody we could work together. But there are conversations to be had. There are long-term relationships to be built.
Those relationships it takes some time. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to send out one mailer and I'm going to make all this money, or I'm going to make this phone call. That's a cold calls don't work in reality because of the mindset someone goes into that call.
Correct.
If it's going to be something that you're not selling them that first call, it might be a couple calls when you're going to get the buyer or the listing. In our conversation like we're having right now, it's not that first call. You have to get to know people. That's the different angle. You have to change your mindset on how to drive that conversation.
You know, a lot of people are looking to get the low-hanging fruit.
Right.
So if you're looking to get the low-hanging fruit on cold calling, you're probably going to make 1,000 calls until you get that one client. People give up after 100.
Yes.
And guess what? For every 150 to 200 dials, you might have one good contact, if you're consistent.
Yeah. The consistency is what is really ringing true with what you're saying is no matter what, just try. And if you did multiple things of what we just discussed, you're going to have more opportunities. Now, besides work, and I like to work, but I also like to play. And you just came back from vacation. Where do you like to go on vacation? Where does Alon go to take some rest and relaxation?
So I go a lot to the Jersey Shore. I hang out over there over the weekends. Like I'll do multiple weekends in the summer and just clear my head, sit on the beach, enjoy my time, and come back on a Monday and get to work. So my batteries are charged. I'm ready to go, and my head isn't spinning.
You have to take some time to, reflect on what you're doing. Is what you're doing right? You need some rest. You need some relaxation. People like to just go, go, go. Nobody realizes how important that is. And I like how you said you break it up in a couple weekends here and there. That's huge. That's what you should be doing.
That's what people should do anytime. They need their rest. They need to enjoy life. If you're not going to enjoy life, you're going to be miserable and you're going to work. It doesn't matter what your results are. You're not going to be satisfied ever. You got to know to enjoy what you have and then go for more.
Like I always say, I always work so I can have a life. I don't live to work. Like I like to, be on the beach, take a phone call. Hey, I'm doing this, this, and this. No, I'll get back to you, but I'll take the call real quick to see what's going on. But hey, I'm busy. I'm with my family. I'm doing this or doing that because I want to be present while I'm around them. Whoever you're around, you should be putting your phone down, at dinner or anytime that you're around, if you're around your kids, etc. So it's just a powerful thing. Now,
so like you said, I work to live. I don't live to work.
Yep. So. It's something everyone should be implementing, and that's if they're taking anything from this conversation, that is a major one, because we could all work, and have more of the money in the world, but if you have time to spend with the loved ones, that's not going to be worth it.
That's what we work for. Yep. Spend time with loved ones and friends, family, and give us a break.
It's something that I definitely agree. It's needed. I had my week in Outer Banks. We did a week down the shore. We'll do a little, day trips here and there, but it's important to take that time to do that. I want to round out our conversation and really focus on short sales, because it's going to be, I think it will be helpful for you. What are short sales and how can we help those that are in distress?
Okay, so we're going to see a lot of people in distress coming up. The numbers are going up constantly. I see it on the back end. I see it on the front end of the market. It's just these people, we need to deal with them with a lot of patience. You can't just push them, let me sell your house.
Right.
It's not about them selling their house. It's them getting out of a situation that they're in. And I will always start with, let's see if we could save your house. Is there a possibility to save your house? And what programs are out there for that will work for you to save your house? I rather spend a few hours with the potential client, giving them information of how they could save their house and live in their house. And I've helped quite a few people stay in their houses over the years. Um, get much more satisfaction seeing that, seeing their smile on their face, and some of them break down in tears when it's successful, than having to sell their house and they have to pack all the belongings and where are they going? And today, in today's market, since COVID, even rentals have become so much more difficult. Everybody's using programs to screen tenants. These people have had a hardship in the past. It shows up on their records, and it's very hard to get them another place. So they're discouraged. We got to work with them very delicate. We got to understand what their needs are, and tell them that we could sell their house in 30 days is not what they want to hear.
Right. I think you're correct as far as, all right, where do they go after they sell their house? It's going to have that difficulty with a blemish on their credit because of a short sale or what have you. But yeah, having them and directing them and being there for them is a powerful thing to
Yes.
do. A lot of people go in it, it's about money. It's not about money. It's about helping people with a situation that they're in, and hopefully making it a little bit better so they can get back on their feet. Because some people, hey, we make mistakes. Things happen. You got to be able to move on and grow from that as well.
Yep. And you got to understand what's going on with them in their life. What led them to that situation? How can we help them move out of there? And guide them through the whole process by tell them, map it out to them, telling them how it will look, what's going to happen along the way, how long will it take, all those things. Yes, every transaction takes different amount of time, but and every transaction is different, depends what their situation is.
You said communication is key. Setting those expectations, educating them along the way is
Yes.
an important thing to do when you are in that type of situation. Instead of selling your house in 30 days, no, it's listening, growing, learning from who they are and what they want to do.
Exactly. I can tell you, I just took on another short sale, and they've tried it 3 times before with different agents that were unsuccessful. I think I will be successful, even though they have an auction date coming up in a few weeks. So it's about knowing what you're going to do with it.
Right.
And telling them, this is the map, this is how it's going to look. And if you cooperate with me, we'll get it done. If you don't send me what I need on time, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Mm-hmm.
So you work with them, not against them. You have to build the trust with them to know, once they know that you have the knowledge, they trust you. They will give you everything you need. If they don't trust you, most of them won't work with you on the short sale side.
And it just circles all back to that relationship building. It's just something that everyone who, if you're tuning in now, it's something that you got to make sure you are utilizing and perfecting and making that a major piece of your, business or what have you. It's important to, do that. Is there any final thoughts, Alon, that we can share with those that are watching?
I like to say I'm here for anybody that has any questions, real estate related, if it's regular sales, short sales, whatever it may be. If you're struggling in the business and want to grow your business, I'm here to help you. If you want to join my group, and again, I don't take any of your commission, you keep all your commission, and I will guide you and I will help you at no cost to you. Once you're part of my larger organization, I'm here for your success.
Definitely great to hear that coming from you. It's important that people understand that. I appreciate you dropping some massive value. If you're just tuning in now, you're going to have to wait till this uploads and hit play again and get all the massive little golden nuggets that we had in this conversation. Alon, I appreciate you coming on, man. I definitely
appreciate you having me here. Thank you so much.
Anytime, man. And for everyone else that's watching, please don't forget to hit that share button, hit the like button, drop a comment if you haven't already. And we hope you have an awesome rest of your day.
Thank you.